we have some breaking news from California where paradise is in ruins.
It has been 24 hours since the fire exploded here in Northern California.
Problems won't go away for the more than 47,000 evacuees from the Camp Fire.
The family that lives here is lucky to have gotten out alive.
What we don't know is how many people may have died in their homes because they just couldn't get out fast enough.
October 2017. 22 people are killed in the Tubbs Fire, over 5,000 buildings destroyed. November 2018. 88 people are killed and 153,000 acres destroyed in the single most devastating fire in California's history, the Camp Fire. The so-called Golden State of California has been blackened by the relentless temper of fire. The last few years have been some of the most perilous for California, and the state is demanding answers. Why California? Why the sudden increase in fires? What can be done? The answers have far bigger implications than just one state. California's history with wildfires traces back to the gold rush of 1848, when an influx of men seeking their fortunes led to the construction of more houses. As California was built up, the risk of fire increased. All the new buildings were perfect kindling for a wildfire.
As life goes on, the population gets larger and larger, and we cannot be as careless as we once were.
A buildup of ignitable land also plays a major role.
The fuels on the landscape have accumulated substantially over the years because we've been too good at putting out fires. And for every year that there is no fire, that's additional fuel that is accumulated.
Climate change has been a topic of discussion, but it has only been addressed as of recently. It took 88 people to die in the Camp Fire for the public to seriously begin to reevaluate policies concerning the environment. The issue is also exacerbated by U.S. President Donald Trump, who believes climate change is a myth. As Governor Jerry Brown looks to implement new policies, the president seeks to find ways to avoid the climate change discussion.
And so when the Trump administration says, well, it's California's fault, even though a majority of the lands are under the federal jurisdiction, that is, it's the federal jurisdiction to take care of. And then he says we should just simply rake the deforestation. It makes no sense.
Although state and federal roles in the wildfires has been extensively discussed, a few electrical companies have also come under scrutiny. Pacific Gas and Electric Company, or PG&E, has been blamed for starting multiple of the recent California fires due to lack of maintenance of power lines. Another culprit is the Southern California Edison Company. Although these electrical companies are at fault for starting many of California's recent fires, they also have to deal with the never-seen-before conditions in the state. California is drier than ever, and PG&E and Southern California Edison are scrambling to do all they can, but are unable to maintain every power line in California fast enough. Nonprofit organizations such as the Wildfire Relief Fund and the California Fire Foundation provide aid for families impacted by the fires. These organizations provide both short and long-term aid, as well as financial aid. Now that fire has become a way of life, Californians must learn to adapt to these changes and educate themselves.